So a friend of mine who's young, Chloe, you know Chloe.
Yeah.
So it was really funny. We were talking about Moaning Myrtle from Harry Potter, and I was like,
Okay.
"Oh, Marcus and I used to have one of our bathrooms in the brownstone had a toilet that every time you flushed it would go right. It would like do this whole and like the house was like $1 million renovation. Everything was new in it, but this toilet was and so we called it Moaning Myrtle, but the toilet was Hecho in Mexico.
Okay.
So we called it Mexican Moaning Myrtle. And she was like, Diane, you can't say that. That's right. I'm like, no, it's not because like it's because it was made in Mexico. It
The
was like
toilet is Mexican.
the toilet literally, and the toilet said really when you open the lid, it was like enormous. Hecho in Mexico, right? So we were like, oh, it's Mexican Moaning. But
Yeah.
so tell me, is that racist or not?
Um, you know what? I think
You can always be honest with me.
yeah, and I am. Actually, I've called you out a couple times, I
You
think. I
have,
think
and
I've called you out
I
live
actually
on the
appreciate it.
show.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I think you would expect me to do the same with something that you were being inaccurate about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you
absolutely.
have yet to be, but
We need to have a debate someday, actually. I would love to get
oh,
into we should stage an argument between us.
oh my
Uh
gosh, we should about things are inappropriate or not. That's
That's
probably
racist, Diane.
yeah.
No, here's the thing. You know what?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
at
listening.
least in my experience, and it could
Mhm.
be also like a cultural difference. Because again, I'm not Mexican. I'm
New
Mexican
Mexican.
American, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, New
or New
Mexican.
Mexican. Yeah.
I don't really know how the average Mexican would feel about this, but in my estimation, and based on people that I've talked to that when I was in Mexico, and people that I know that have been in Mexico and that
Right.
live in Mexico,
Yeah.
um,
Well, because you have a lot of
they're like
experience, like you like it. Yeah.
they don't really care so much about that kind of stuff.
Well, okay.
Most people, I think.
Right, but I think, and like, there's a difference. Like the toilet says on it, huge, right?
Right.
Hecho in Mexico, made in Mexico. And Mexican Moaning Myrtle, right, is alliteration, which is kind of nice. I think it would be really inappropriately racist if, say, you ate a lot of tamales and then you had like a really pipe clogging church. Okay.
Okay, that I would say is racist. You know why?
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And
I
then you're
actually
flushing
had
it and it goes,
someone tell me
right. Yeah.
I had someone tell me that my food is stinky.
I don't even know what that means.
They were like, and then I hate when people say like, oh, that Mexican food is just known to give people stomach issues and diarrhea. So, that kind of stuff. Or beans stink. And I'm just like, you know what? Okay.
Beans are like delicious and one of the greatest things for you.
Every
And
culture has beans.
every culture
And
has like, so one of my favorite Middle Eastern foods in the world, they eat beans for breakfast every day. It's called fol. And I don't even know. Like I have tried to find this it is insane. Do you know where I found a can of fol once? First of all, it shouldn't come in a can, right? Like this should be like freshly made
yeah,
and soaked beans
where?
like overnight that are like cooked in the morning and they're like garnished with like tomato and spices and stuff. Now,
Uh-huh.
first of all, I'm almost never in a Walmart for half a dozen reasons at
You
least,
found it at
right?
a Walmart?
Found a can of faul, like, and it
Uh-huh.
had Arabic on in a Walmart. I was like,
Oh,
that
wow.
is super weird.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was incredibly arbitrary. And anyway,
But yeah,
so
like when
beans
people
are
say
delicious.
things like, "Oh, this food is like when people insinuate that Mexican food just gives everyone the shit or whatever, I'm just like, you know what? That's a you problem. That's like go get checked
Yeah.
with your doctor problem.
Right. You need to
Not
eat more
hey,
fiber so
this
that
is
the one time you eat fiber, it doesn't, blow through you.
exactly. You
Yeah.
need to eat bananas,
Yeah. You need to eat things that
as
help
Ali
you.
Wong would say.
You
You need bananas.
need bananas. So, okay, good. I feel better about that now because she was like, you have to stop. That's race. I'm like, it. It's the toilet
No.
is Mexican.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say though, I can't speak for my whole I
Of
can't
course,
speak
none of
for
us can speak for all of
yeah.
our many different groups that we're all a part of. You know what I mean? We
Yes.
can only speak for
Yeah.
ourselves as part of those groups. But okay, let's say if the toilet said, made in Morocco, right? It would have been
Moroccan
Moroccan
moaning Myrtle.
moaning Myrtle. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
yeah, anything with alliteration, it would have been thrown in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Question though. What
yeah.
if it was made in the United States?
But the problem with that there's no alliteration.
Right. Okay.
So if it was like made in the
I don't know.
Maldives, which
You could
I
use
doubt,
a apostrophe and it'd be American Moaning Myrtle.
it could be American. Yeah, you could use American moaning myrtle would have been great. And if it was made in America, it would probably be American moaning myrtle. Absolutely. American. Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
yeah. I'm totally on your side on this one.
Do us a favor for Thanksgiving and for my birthday, please. Share this podcast with a few other people. If everyone does that, it would be great, because one thing Danny and I would love to do is able to make even $1 off of this. We do it for free anyway. Like, we love you guys. Like, it has nothing to do with but it would kind of be awesome if, we could even get like $30 out of it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've made about like $26 in revenue total.
Okay, yeah, but how much did you put into advertising?
That's not profit, yeah.
Yeah,
like when
that's
we talk
not
about
profit.
all the things that we've spent,
right.
We're far into
Yeah.
the hole. So
Yeah.
like the video, subscribe on the podcast platforms.
Exactly.
On YouTube.
For me, if you want to go on my link tree on Instagram, also, I think it's 99 cents. Go buy my comedy special, right? You want to help me out? Go buy my comedy special. Book a cameo. Do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want any handouts, but I'll work for the money. I work for it. I work for it, and that's okay. It's like I said. Sometimes you just got to be humble and you got to ask for help.
Yep. There we go.